Is the Lakers front office really playing 4D chess by slapping an astronomical price tag on Austin Reaves, declaring him untouchable unless it's for Giannis Antetokounmpo or Nikola Jokic? Or are they just delusional dreamers who are about to watch their championship window slam shut because they're overvaluing a good but not great guard like he's the second coming of Kobe Bryant? No! Let's cut the crap and face the music. Holding out for a pipe dream trade involving Reeves for Giannis or Jokic isn't strategic genius. It's front office malpractice, a stubborn refusal to cash in on his peak value for realistic upgrades that could actually push us over the hump right now. And if Rob Pelinka does a wake-up and shop Reeves for attainable stars or depth pieces, we'll be left regretting it as LeBron James's era ends in frustration, and our post-King rebuild starts from scratch, with nothing but what-ifs to show for it. Lakers Nation, welcome back to the channel where we don't just sip the Kool-Aid on these blockbuster rumors. We spike it with true serum and deliver the kind of raw, unfiltered takes that get you fired up, rethinking every roster move, and storming the comments to drop your own bold predictions. I'm your host, the die-hard analyst who's been riding this purple and gold roller coaster to the highs of multiple banners and the lows of rebuild purgatory. And today, we're slicing to the ultra-hot rumor that's dropped like a bombshell in the last 24 hours. Reports from inside sources confirming that the Los Angeles Lakers value Austin Reaves so highly that they've turned down over 20 trade offers since last season, insisting they'd only move him for two players in the entire NBA: Giannis Antetokounmpo from the Milwaukee Bucks or Nikola Jokic from the Denver Nuggets. This isn't some casual leak. It's a deliberate message from Rob Pelinka's crew, positioning Reeves as the untouchable cornerstone of our era, with LeBron James and Luka Doncic, especially amid Giannis's public hints at reevaluating his future in Milwaukee after the 2025-26 season, when he could hit free agency in 2027. Reeves, at 27, is having a monster year, dropping career highs of 30.3 points, 9.0 assists, and 4.6 rebounds per game. Numbers that scream all-star and highlight his seamless chemistry with Doncic as a secondary creator who thrives in the shadows of superstars. His $13.5 million deal is a steal, but with a player option looming in 2026 that could see him chase a max contract, the Lakers are drawing a line in the sand. Reeves isn't bait for depth. He's a key to landing an MVP-level talent like Giannis, potentially forming a big four with LeBron, Doncic, Giannis, and DeAndre Ayton that could dominate the league for years. Analysts are eating it up, calling it a mensagem clara, that Reeves is a star, not a role player, and hyping the dream of using him, Dalton Connect, and draft capital to pry Giannis from a Bucks team that stumbled to afford a six-star amid internal tensions. It's being sold as the ultimate ambition, a signal that we're building a dynasty, not just patching holes. But let's pump the brakes on this fairy tale. After digging into the hottest debates across U.S. media, from fiery threads on r/NBA where fans are roasting the Lakers for delusional overvaluation, to podcasts like the Bill Simmons podcast where Simmons himself blasted similar stances as arrogant pipe dreams that blow up in your face. The most controversial, widely debated take is crystal clear and scorching. The Lakers are insanely overvaluing Austin Reaves by holding out for unattainable superstars like Giannis or Jokic, and this stubbornness is going to cost us dearly. We should be shopping him aggressively for realistic upgrades or depth packages that bolster our roster now, because treating him like an untouchable gem ignores his limitations, risks him walking for nothing in free agency, and squanders our best chance to maximize LeBron's window before it's too late. This isn't protecting an asset. It's hubris that's going to leave us empty-handed and regretting what could have been. Let's tear this apart argument by argument, backed by cold stats, market realities, and brutal honesty, then project why cashing in on Reeves now is the real path to glory while clinging to this fantasy leads straight to heartbreak. Let's start by exposing the myth of Reeves as an untouchable cornerstone and why the Lakers' sky-high valuation is more delusion than strategy. Sure, his stats are popping this season with those gaudy 30.3 points and 9.0 assists. But digging deeper reveals a player who's excellent in a specific role, but far from the superstar caliber that justifies turning down 20-plus offers for anyone short of MVPs like Giannis or Jokic. Reeves has thrived as a complementary piece, leveraging Doncic's gravity to feast on open looks and mismatches. His true shooting percentage of 61.2% is elite, but it's inflated by playing alongside two generational talents who draw double teams, leaving him with easier shots, He's taking 45% of his threes wide open, per NBA advanced stats. Defensively, he's solid but not transformative. His rating of 112 ranks him in the middle pack for guards, and he's often targeted in switches, allowing 48% shooting when isolated against. The hottest takes on Reddit are merciless, with users calling him a system player who's overrated because of LeBron and Luka, and data backs it up. His on-off differential is plus 2.8 this season, respectable but nowhere near the plus 8.5 of true stars like Jokic or the plus 7.2 of Giannis. At 27, Reeves is in his prime, but his impending free agency in 2026, when he'll likely opt out for a max deal north of $30 million annually, turns him into a ticking time bomb. If we hold out for a Giannis-level trade, that's about as likely as the Bucks imploding overnight. They're 4-6, but still contenders with Damian Lillard. We risk losing him for nothing. A nightmare scenario that's haunted teams like the Clippers with Paul George, or the Raptors with Kawhi Leonard's early exits. Analysts from Bleacher Report are hyping him as a star, but that's fanboy bias. Reeves' career-high numbers are impressive, but in a vacuum, he's more Drew Holiday, elite role player, than James Harden, franchise changer, and treating him like the key to landing an MVP ignores how trades actually work. The Bucks would laugh at an offer headlined by Reeves to Giannis, demanding multiple firsts, young stars like Connect, and more to even consider it. This overvaluation is the kind of arrogance that's bitten us before, like when we held on to Brandon Ingram too long, only to trade him in the AD deal. Except now, it's risking our window for a pipe dream that probably never materializes. Building on that, the second major flaw in this rumor is how it handcuffs our flexibility in a win-now era, turning down realistic trades that could actually improve our roster while we chase unicorns like Giannis or Jokic who are locked into their teams and unlikely to move anytime soon. Reports confirm we rejected over 20 offers for Reeves since last season, including ones that could have netted us depth pieces, or upgrades like a versatile wing, or backup big to address our early season woes. We're 2-2 with bench scoring at a lowly 28 points per game and a defensive rating of 112 that ranks 18th. Issues that Reeves' individual brilliance can't fix alone amid LeBron sciatica absences. Holding out for Giannis, who's under contract through 2027 with a player option and is publicly committed to Milwaukee despite their slow start, is fantasy basketball. The Bucks aren't trading their two-time MVP unless they completely implode, and even then, it'd take a godfather offer far beyond Reeves, Connect, and our limited picks. Just one unprotected first in 2027. Jokic? Forget it. Denver views him as their franchise soul, and he's signed long-term. The hottest debates on the Bill Simmons podcast are scorching, with Simmons arguing teams like the Lakers delude themselves into overvaluing role players as stars, missing out on real upgrades. And he's spot on. Imagine if we traded Reeves last offseason for a package, including a defender like Dorian Finney-Smith or a shooter like Buddy Hield. We'd have the depth to weather injuries and push our offense beyond its current 110 rating. Instead, this petra-angular mindset risks Reeves walking in 2026 for nothing, leaving us cap-strapped and rebuilding from scratch post-LeBron, a scenario that haunted franchises like the post-Shaq Heat or post-Kobe Lakers. Comps to the Warriors holding on to Klay Thompson too long, only to watch him decline and leave for less, are eerie. Reeves is valuable, but not irreplaceable, and cash in now for attainable talent like a Jeremy Grant or a Walker Kessler, as we discuss in past videos, would add the versatility we need without the all-or-nothing gamble. The third pillar dismantling this rumor is Reeves' actual fit in our long-term plans. While his chemistry with Doncic is real, their two-man lineups post a plus 6.2 net rating this season. Elevating him to untouchable status ignores his limitations and the reality that he's not the franchise savior for a post-LeBron world. At 6 feet 5 inches with solid but not elite athleticism, Reeves excels as a secondary creator, 9.0 assists driven by Doncic gravity pulling defenders, but his defense is average. Opponents shoot 46% when he guards the ball, and his scoring efficiency drops in isolation 42% on ISOs per synergy. In a Doncic-led future, without LeBron's playmaking, Reeves might not scale as a primary option. His usage rate of 22% is career high, but on a contender, he's best as a third wheel, not the engine. The Opinio Forte in reports calls him a star, but that's hype. Advanced metrics like his 2.4 win shares per 48 rank him as a high-end starter, not MVP caliber. Hot takes from ESPN forums argue the Lakers are sending a message to protect him, but it's backfiring. Rival GMs now know our price is absurd, potentially scaring off reasonable offers for depth that could fix our bench, 18th in net rating early. For a team with LeBron at 40 reevaluating his future, this inflexibility risks alienating him if we don't upgrade. Comps to the Cavs overvaluing role players like Larry Nance Jr. during LeBron's second stint led to his exit. We can't repeat that. The fourth and final argument is the opportunity cost. This rumor locks us into a holding pattern, missing chances to build a balanced roster while chasing unicorns, setting us up for regret in a league where adaptability wins titles. With Reeves' value at its peak, we could flip him for packages including a big like Walker Kessler or a wing like Mikal Bridges, adding the defense and spacing we need. We're 22nd in assists, 18th in defense. Holding out for Giannis, whose reevaluator comments are vague, or Jokic untouchable, is like waiting for lightning to strike. Meanwhile, our 2-2 exposes cracks that realistic trades could fix. Hot takes from Sports Illustrated warn it's ambicale. But overambitious, better to trade now for sustainable wins. Projecting ahead, rejecting this overvaluation isn't defeat. It's discipline that keeps our options open and our contention alive, blending immediate fixes with long-term vision. Short-term, shopping Reeves for attainable upgrades like a Kessler package could drop our defensive rating to top 10, pushing us from 2-2 to a 15-5 surge as LeBron returns.